everybody, welcome to another Corey B MTG video. That's right, we are back. Gotta love getting back to these videos, and gotta love even more getting back to Modern and switching focus away from Standard. Modern is the focus now, as Pro Tour Atlanta is right around the corner, as well as the two regional championships here in the US. I'll be commentating all these events, so I want to make sure I'm prepped up, ready to go. And of course, I have a Patreon where I, make sure to always have a deck list ready to go for each RCQ season and an RC. So we got to start working on that. And my deck of choice so far here is Esper. Goryo's here with Quantum Riddler as a stock 4 of in the deck. It's been awesome. This deck does a lot of really, really sweet things. And I guess I should say we are doing, the classic trophy match video. You can probably see that in the title. But so far for our trophy, I'm going to hit this play match and hope it doesn't pair us right away. That would be no good. Okay. And so far, here's our record. Just 4-0-8-0. So we have been kind of dominating this league so far. The deck has just felt incredible. It is one of those decks where if you draw really well with it, it feels unstoppable. And I have been doing that. I have been bringing a lot of Atraxa and Gristlebrand's back on turn 3 and blinking them out. So it has been, pretty effective so far. So kind of walking through the deck, it is a Goryo's Vengeance deck. So, being able to just have Goryo's Vengeance, bring back one of your 5 targets, and then go from there. Now, the one thing that's nice about this deck is it's not all Plan A anymore. There are a couple Plan Bs that are decent, and that is Psychic Frog, always kind of been the best Plan B. You can win the game by drawing 2 cards a turn and just make a gigantic frog and win the game. But now Riddler's being ephemerated can actually be a win con as well. You're able to, and if you can ever pair Frog and Riddler together, that's what it's all about, as you get to, let's say you have 2 cards before you draw for your turn. Discard 1. You're going to get it replaced anyways, unless it's the 2 best cards in your deck or whatever. And then, play a land, maybe play a spell. You still got 2 cards before you attack. Get down to 1 with Psychic Frog, attack, draw 2 again. Those kind of things just get to be so dirty. You get to filter through so many cards and really kind of pop off. So it's a really fun deck. And I think it is going to be one of the tier 1 strategies here in Atlanta. It makes a lot of sense. The deck is powerful. It's kind of doing all the Esper mid-range stuff now, except it's doing that way over the top aspect, which is what I look for in a Modern deck. I do not want to play the Omnass, the 4-color control that's just winning with, nickel and diming people. I think Modern's just too powerful. And you just get wrecked by combo decks when you play decks like that. So I always want to have an over-the-top aspect of a deck to be able to keep up with them. So, all right, y'all. If you're ready, let's win this trophy match. Trophy match time! Let's do this. All right, we got the play, so we're running hot already, and we've cooled down. All right, this hand is a mulligan. The Plains is terrible. It's a necessary evil, but the old plain Psychic Frog deck leads to some awkwardness, so have to mulligan this one. Not really close. Okay, well, we have Riddler, we have Ephemerate to do that kind of game plan. The Subtlety is not that great. Solitude is also decent if we do the Solitude Ephemerate plan if we're up against an aggro deck. So I'm going to keep, but I'm not necessarily pleased, and I think I'm going to put back Subtlety. This is the spot where, looking at what my opponent's playing can kind of help if this is not a open deckless tournament. Oh, is this Guillaume Wufatafa? Well, I know what he's playing then. Wait, that might not be true. No, I just can't spell. Okay, it might be true, but I don't think for sure. Okay, so our opponent has mulliganed as well. We're going to keep... I am going to get rid of Subtlety, but if we are up against a control deck, this could be brutal, but I don't think this is actually Wafatafa's account. It just seemed like it. When I Googled their name, MTGO, it's like, this has got to be Wafatafa. And that's not the case, so... All right, let's do this. We're going to want to get a Surveil land, because we do still want a land here. Because we need to Riddler plus Ephemerate. I think that's going to be our main game plan here, our main way to win the game. All right. Polluted Delta Mirror, eh? So what do I want to get? Probably black-white, since I have blue here. So we'll get the Backstreet. Backstreet's back, all right. And maybe we'll just be Faithful Mending and then turn 3 Riddler plus Ephemerate. But God, I hope it's not the Mirror. I've been playing the Mirror a lot, which is lame. But I think people are starting to pick up that it's a quite the strong deck. All right, and you're going to be noticing some differences with this video. Thanks to Jim Davis, I was able to upgrade some of my things. I'm now on OBS instead of Streamlabs, and I'm able to pause if there's a long, delay, like just a second ago. That took a minute, but now you don't have to watch that, and in case I miss it when I edit things down. So hopefully the quality of your viewing experience is improved from here on out. Okay, let's do some surveilling. It is always tough to pitch Goryo, so maybe I still shouldn't. It's the card, All right, I think I am going to keep this. It's just, you got to treat the Goryos like precious gems. As, there's only 4 of those in the deck. There's 5 big creatures. I kind of want to go up to a 6 big creature and get a second Gristlebrand in here. I saw that list from Ryan Hayes. And it looked good because, you are an A plus B combo deck, essentially. You need to assemble 2 things to get it going. All right, gonna draw that. And play a land and say go. Ideally, Faithful Mending into a giant creature is going to be our best game plan, but plan B of just finding land 3 to be able to do the Riddler Ephemerate thing is great, or if they're not the Mirror, which, god dang it, they look like they are. Lame. Keeps a card on top. I did play a Mirror. Oh, maybe not. This is definitely not a Verge. Okay. The Frog. Okay. Well, let's see what we're going to do. Either do the busted thing, do a nice thing here, or Solitude. That seems worse, but let's try. Start with a Faithful Mending. Those are not what I wanted. Those are not what I wanted. So I think I'm just going to discard those 2 cards. And hope to find a land. Ooh, I guess if I have an untapped land, I could, like, Solitude. And at least just draw 2 cards with the Riddler. No, that's not going to work. Alright, well, we kind of don't have a choice here. Let's warp a Riddler. Well, no land. I think we just have to do this. Can't let a frog hang around right now. And we'll say go. Little sad. Little sad. Okay. Hang out with me, little Riddler. More frogs. That one's going to be tougher to beat. Okay, now we're popping. So let's go Riddler. Now with this trigger on the stack, I'm going to Ephemerate because the Ephemerate, the card I'm going to draw here is going to draw me 2, and then I'll draw 1. So I should draw 3 here and have a Riddler hanging around if all things work out. All right. Okay. We are doing it. Now, of course, we hope that we can block the frog, but if we don't, we got a frog of our own. And then, of course, we'll do the thing. Are they? Okay, I mean, I guess they still might be Goryos. Just playing Verges. They usually play one subtlety. Yeah, we might just get got here thinking that they're a control deck. I mean, what else could I do anyways, you know, but... It's kind of 2 ships passing in the night in this mirror. Not fully, but it's close. On the bright side, if it is a mirror, Riddlers are actually pretty tough to kill. I mean, I guess there's Solitudes, but... Okay. I do not think it is... Oh. Yeah, it's not Fatal Push there. That is not how Tragic Trajectory work. And Fatal Push would not kill Riddler either. Man, if we were in paper, I would have been that Riddler for sure. Be like, you got it. Okay. All right. Well, that was not a very efficient use on their part, but they're still doing the thing. But the fact that they're not Goryos, I feel a lot better. Not saying we're not, you know, we don't have a chance to lose or whatever, but that's right. That's right. I won't be able to use this Ephemerate. That's unfortunate. Okay. Well, I can do the Goryos thing at their end step, or flash it in. Ooh, or I can do a little riddling. All right, that's what I think we're going to do here. So we don't care too much about our life total. We need some white mana. I think I'm going to go down to just Goryo's Vengeance in hand here, essentially. All right, so let's go blue-black. The frog. I guess if that got countered or something, that would have been bad. No, let's discard. I guess let's put this on the stack first. Discard. Here's the Riddler tricks that I was kind of talking about. Boom. All right, then next turn we have Goryo's plus force backup, kind of. Put our Riddler collection down here. We do not cast the other side of Riddler that often, I'll tell you that. But hey, now we can make a bigger frog to block. They can make theirs 4 power, so no problem. Okay, we're dead. Now they have a Riddler. Let's see if they're going to do their Riddler trick or just draw 1. Okay, they got cards. They have cards. I think I do have to Goryos just right away, even though if I have to force, it's going to be brutal. Yep. Going for it. Gross. Okay, so we won't be having a Atraxa to hang around, and who knows, this might even get countered too, but then we're in a lot of trouble. But if not, at least we get to draw some cards, hit for 7. Maybe get a Solitude. Did hit a Solitude. Okay. So, it's only one sorcery. One land. Multiple creatures. We have enough Riddlers. Do I have any more bigs in the yard? No. Only, I do want the Goryos. Faithful Mending would be good. So I do need a white card. It can be Atraxa. Faithful Mending. Oh, wait. Goryos. And Gristle Daddy? No, I already picked Solitude, right? So does it have to be that? It's a little brutal. But I think killing the frog is that important. And we'll find more big baddies. Or I don't get Goryos and I get Faithful Mending. And I keep Atraxa for now. Plus I have the Faithful Mending in the yard. That's not bad. Yeah, then I shuffle in the Goryos. That's okay. All right, let's do that. Getting close to just casting this too. Yeah, that's probably the best plan. A fetch land gets me the green source. Okay. I think I do need to do this, though. Hope they don't have a consign. Then next turn I can go Thoughtseize plus Riddler. Not the worst. All right, got a little life buffer there. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, I think it's going to be time for some riddling. Do some riddling. Phrasing, whatever. All right. So good old Esper control. It's probably just Dimir splash white for prismatic ending or something? I don't know. Okay, I like that. Let's take a peek. I think I'm still going to play a Riddler, even though I'm not going to draw two. Okay, they just have multiple counter spells. Maybe I will go Frog and Mending then. Because then I can get this in the yard. Plus have a Frog. I think I still like having a Quantum. Riddler! Yeah, I mean, they pretty much told me what was in their hand. And I still played into it. So that's on me. All right, so they're going to go up to 2 cards, plus have a Riddler, so kind of 3. But we did get 2 counter spells out of their hand. That's good. Cling a Solitude to just gain life? Okay. Didn't even get my Mending to then draw a card. Interesting. Okay. Hellbent. About to play a Riddler and draw 2. So, I mean, if we top deck Goryos, I am going for it. They do have the Cling available, so I'm not going to have the ability to do my reanimate shenanigans for very long. How about right now, then? Let's go for it. And we'll know if it's going to work or not, because they'll have the... They would have the thing right now, you know? A little bit too aggressive of a Cling, I must say. Here comes Atraxa. What? Oh, I was like they had it? That would have sucked. Okay, there's the Ephemerate. Creature, Riddler, or another Atraxa. I think I'm going to get another Atraxa here. I can just cast them, so. Alright, let's do that. Let's get on in there. Blocking. Let's go with the old Ephemerate. Let's play the land just in case of something. Boom! All right, we're 9-0 in games here so far, y'all. This is a very important game. We can't just win. We need to perfect. Okay, so definitely want the Spell Snare. Do I want this for frogs? It's not bad. I like all this stuff. I think we need our prismatic endings because they're going to bring in some kind of hate. Now it's a question of, do I want our solitudes? Do we want to cut some endings? Do we want to cut riddlers or subtleties? Subtleties are bad. I don't know why I added one. Maybe let's cut one mending. I want to have answers for frog, but I don't want to be just solituding their stuff. I'm going to go down to 2 solitudes. And yeah, Thoughtseize can answer, Spell Snare can answer, Purge can answer. Purge still seems a little narrow, though. Alright, let's try this. Maybe Force Negations are the card I'm not supposed to have, too. As they can be a little awkward. Yeah, maybe that's actually better. We'll try it for now. I was like, we always have game 3. I was like, no, we don't. We cannot go to a game 3. We need to win. This sounds great. Thoughtseize into frog is kind of all you can hope for. So let's get blue-black with this probably to start. Hopefully take their frog type thing. The grave. Okay, we did do the thing. I think we gotta just take their frog, even though they're gonna kill our first frog. And we could wait to frog with Ephemerate. Or we let one die and then, you know, send the second one out to live. So they're gonna be hyper-aggressing out this Murktide anyways. And I don't really want to fuel their... You know, like if I play it out, they can push and immediately Murktide. So maybe I actually don't want to do that. They're going to Murktide anyways next turn, it looks like. But why make their thing bigger, you know? Okay, I am going to do that. Atraxa. Anytime you do that, you just feel so dirty. Are they actually going to Murktide? Because if they don't, this is going to be the best. But if they are, then it's not the best. I would probably make a 5/5 if I was them. It'd be a lot cooler if they didn't, though. This is still just gonna be good, I imagine. So I am gonna keep it, but God, is it close. And then if they don't go for it, if they try to do something else, then that dispute's gonna be excellent. Yeah, I'm not even gonna cast it next turn because I'm gonna frog and ephemerate, so maybe that was just bad. Where's the Misty? Would have been the greatest dispute ever. God, they're not even leaving open push mana? That seems wrong. Two cards, two mystery cards. We can use it as fodder at least. Can't really block this Murktide yet, though. Let's get blue-white. Still doesn't put us below the 2-turn clock anyways, though, so that's nice. Let's ephemerate. I mean, I'll probably have to force if it comes down to it. I can discard my hand and block. They're not afraid, huh? All right, well then I better not do it. I'll have to do it next turn, though. I'm going to attack and play the other one and try to block with that one, I think. Oh, Murktide. Orcish Baumeister. That's terrifying. I feel like I have to dispute that and then just hope that I live. Yeah, I don't think I can beat that right now. I forgot about that stupid card. Okay, there's Atraxas. If I live, I'm going for it. Maybe I'll go for it on their turn as a blocker. And then have force backup. That's not the worst. I know Watery Grave is one of their cards. So they have Murktide plus Mystery card. I really do need to have force backup, I think. So I can just say go and try to block if they have something. Goryos. Okay, thank you for that, Magic Online. Or I can attack and really go for it. I mean, I know they have one Watery Grave. But if the other card's a Spell Snare, I would lose on the spot. I'm going to discard so many cards that Frog's really not going to connect anyway. So I think I have to attack. I think I have to do it during combat. Okay, I lied. I am going to try to block it. See if that works, and then go for the end step Goryos. Okay, I know the other card is Watery Grave. Okie dokie. Let's see if they attack. I knew that. Goryo Satraxa. Well, I have no cards in hand, so this is just going to work. No matter what, I'm going to go up to 9 and have a full grip, and they're going to be hellbent. So even if this doesn't live with an Ephemerate. Alright, so let's get another Goryos, another Atraxa, a Planeswalker, and that's game! We have fully done it! The 5-0-10-0! The dream! The dream! Yes, I love it, I love it. Alright, well, these were my first 5 matches back into Modern, and, well, that's a good start. I love this deck. I think it has a lot of play to it, you know, for all the reasons I mentioned in the intro. So I'm going to keep working on it. So if you're interested in checking out this deck, getting a more high-level approach to it, that's going to be the content that's coming. It's not quite there yet. Maybe by the time you see this, but in the Patreon. So check out the link below if you're interested in that. And if you like these trophy match content, I hope so, because I like making them. I like one-match kind of things like this. I think they're fun. I like to bring you every trophy match, too. I just happen to have a pretty good trophy match streak when I stream them, you know, which is always outside of, you know, like I'm streaming a league or something like that. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Really helps out the channel. Please hit that bell, as well as comment below. Let me know how you're feeling in Modern, what deck you're liking, and we'll, you know, chat with you down there. So thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you in the next video.